New research from Harvard suggests that if we all switched to a vegetarian diet, 1/3 of early deaths might be avoided. That's 1 million American lives annually. And this is important. And you ask yourself, would you go veggie if it meant you could live longer? And this is something, when you look at the data, 30 million deaths a year are classified as preventable. These are things due to obesity, smoking, poor diet. But if you look at people who eat a lot of vegetables and fruits, who eat primarily vegetarian.
Plant-based diet.
What are they getting? Let's talk about this. What did I just say? They're getting a lot more fiber. When your diet is highly processed, you're not getting fiber. They're getting nutrients, they're getting vitamins, they're getting anti-inflammatory elements in their system. And
not getting bad fats, getting good fats.
But some vegetarians can still make unhealthy choices,
They
right?
do.
And still
They
eat
do.
a lot of processed foods and things. So assuming you're a vegetarian and you're making healthy choices.
Absolutely true. And it's interesting because I look at and reflect on my own life. This show has changed the way I eat. And I look how my life has evolved. And so the way I do it is I have a flexitarian approach. I do not bring meat into my house. So everything at home is truly vegetarian. But if I'm going out, I will go out and I will have meat. I will have other things. So it's not that I've eliminated meat, but at home, I force myself, in a good way, to really focus on this vegetarian diet. And I've loved that approach because it's also easier in many ways.
I think that's a huge step. You don't have to go totally vegan. If you just make some changes, they don't have to be, well, your changes have been relatively big, and I've made similar changes as you have and feel much better for it. But even any changes you can make to go in that direction will pay off.
Maybe I can do meatless Monday.
That's a great start.
Okay.
And no one here,
to be vegetarian.
Let's give it up.
I said maybe. Don't clap yet. Let me think about it. I'm gonna try, yeah.
But then you'll go full bore on Taco Tuesday.
You can't double up on Tuesdays if you go meatless Mondays, though.
Well, look, it doesn't mean that having meat is a terrible thing. The key element here is when we're saying vegetarian, really what we're saying is add more whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, good oils like olive oil, and then in moderation and certainly as little as possible processed meats. And you'll add yours to your. That's what the data shows.
If it's bizarre, we're covering it on The Doctors. From
a 132-pound tumor, it took 25 doctors to remove this,
to
a woman who had so much wax built up, she became partially deaf.
Then, in the doctor's court,
she reportedly placed a urine sample in microwave, but it exploded. Plus, helicopter kids, children of the elderly controlling their parents.
The Doctors.